If you've ever left a conversation feeling like your sense of reality was completely twisted or doubted after interacting with a family member or partner, where your memories, perceptions, or feelings were denied or reinterpreted, you've likely experienced the insidious reality manipulation common in relationships with people who scapegoat others. You know that sinking feeling when someone looks you straight in the eye and tells you something didn't happen the way you remember it, or that your emotional response to their behavior is wrong or overblown. You walk away questioning your own mind, wondering if you really are as sensitive or dramatic as they claim.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. Try our all-new caramel protein lattes with up to 31 grams of protein and options with no added sugar.
Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up.
Level up your drink at Starbucks.
Welcome back to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'm Lynn, your host. Today, we're diving into one of the most damaging tactics used against scapegoats, reality manipulation. We'll explore why this happens, how it works, and most importantly, help you understand that your confusion isn't a character flaw. Reality manipulation exists because whoever holds the power in these dysfunctional relationships must maintain control not only over actions, but over truth itself. When you're the scapegoat, you're already carrying the blame for family dysfunction or relationship problems. But what happens when you start to wake up and question that narrative? What happens when you begin to see patterns, call out behaviors, or simply trust your own perceptions? That's when the reality manipulation kicks into high gear. The person who's been scapegoating you can't afford for you to trust yourself because your accurate perceptions threaten their entire system of control. If you start believing your own memories and trusting your own emotional responses, their house of cards starts to crumble. This manipulation works through several mechanisms. First, there's outright denial. They simply claim events never happened, no matter how clear your memory is. You might remember being screamed at, criticized, or humiliated, but they'll look at you with complete conviction and say it never occurred. They're not just lying to you, they're demanding that you accept their version of reality over your own lived experience. Then there's reframing, where they don't deny the event, but completely change its meaning. They'll admit something happened, but insist your interpretation is wrong. You were hurt by their words? Well, they were just being honest, and you're too sensitive. You felt attacked during an argument? They were simply defending themselves from your unreasonable behavior. You might have experienced the minimization tactic, where they acknowledge something happened, but diminish its significance. They'll say things like, it wasn't that bad, or you're blowing this out of proportion, or other people have it much worse. They're not denying your reality completely, but they're telling you that your response to that reality is inappropriate. Another common pattern is the emotional rewrite, where they tell you how you felt or should have felt during specific situations. They might say, you weren't really upset, or you're just looking for things to be angry about, or you actually enjoyed the attention. They're literally telling you what your internal experience was, as if they have more access to your emotions than you do. The confusion and self-doubt you feel afterward isn't accidental. It's the intended result. When someone consistently challenges your perception of reality, your brain starts to question itself as a survival mechanism. You begin to wonder if maybe you are too sensitive, too reactive, or too prone to misunderstanding situations. This reality manipulation serves multiple functions for the person avoiding accountability. It protects them from having to face the impact of their behavior. If they can convince you that your memories are wrong or your emotional responses are inappropriate, They never have to deal with the guilt, shame, or responsibility that should come with hurting someone they claim to care about. It also maintains their superior position in the relationship. As long as you're doubting yourself, you're less likely to challenge them, set boundaries, or demand better treatment. Your confusion becomes their control mechanism. What makes this particularly insidious is how it compounds over time. Each incident of reality manipulation makes you trust yourself a little less. You start pre-editing your responses, second-guessing your memories before you even share them, and apologizing for feelings before anyone's even challenged them. Here's what I need you to understand. Your confusion and self-questioning aren't signs of your failure or instability. They're the predictable result of deliberate psychological manipulation. When someone systematically undermines your ability to trust your own perceptions, confusion is the natural response. Your memories are valid. Your emotional responses make sense given what you've experienced. Your perceptions are trustworthy, especially when someone in a position of power over you insists they're not. The person who needs to rewrite reality to maintain their position isn't protecting truth. They're protecting themselves from accountability. They benefit when you doubt yourself because your self-doubt preserves their comfort and control. When you think about moments your reality was dismissed or twisted, what patterns emerge about who benefits from rewriting the truth, and how did that affect your trust in yourself? This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Visit our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com for articles, resources, and more support on your recovery journey. Thanks so much for listening today. If scapegoating has been part of your story, know that you're not alone in this, and healing is absolutely possible. If you're ready to take the next step in your healing journey, I've created Forward Rising Academy with an Intro to Narcissistic Abuse Recovery course. This course walks you through the foundations of understanding what happened to you and how to start rebuilding your life. You can find that along with other resources at waketheelephant.gumroad.com. And for additional resources, head over to our website at movingforwardafterabuse.com. This is Lynn, and this has been another episode of the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast. I'll see you in the next one. This podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. The content shared is not a substitute for professional mental health advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you are experiencing a mental health crisis, please seek help from a qualified professional or contact a local crisis hotline.
Think Verizon is expensive? Think again. Anyone can bring their AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal. So bring us your bill. Walk in, run in, pogo stick in, teleport if you can. Ride on the back of a rollerblading yak, or fly in on the wings of a majestic falcon. Any way you can, bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today, and we'll give you a better deal on the best network. Based on Root Metrics Best Overall Mobile Network Performance, U.S. second half 2025. All rights reserved. Must provide very recent postpaid consumer mobile bill in the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
What does perfectly picked wellness sound like? Like Target's stylish new JoyLab activewear and new flavors of Cloud Protein popcorn. It sounds like wellness perfectly picked for you is now at Target.